All right, we're going up to 30. Still using the I don't know what I'm saying. Still using the mic. Okay, still using, forget it, I can't talk. I'm kind of irritated because I just went out and did a vlog and my microphone wasn't plugged in. And what's funny is during the vlog I just did, I was saying how reliable my setup is. Well, it's reliable. Am I reliable? All right, so here's what I've done. Take a look. See that right there? I put some furry stuff inside my camera holes, and the furry stuff is supposed to block the wind from entering. And I've heard so many good things about it, but I'm not using the exact kind of fur that everyone else is using, the faux fur, F-A-U-X fur. I do not want to be behind that car because its trunk is flopping all over the place. Okay, here's what it is. Every time I've been riding, I've been not using my sound recorder on purpose because I don't feel like syncing up the sound anymore. It's a pain in the butt. And it burnt me out, like I want to keep making videos. I have like little bits and pieces of people thumbs upping me and stuff, but it's that dang syncing up and everything. It's like wearing me out. Nice parking, like just make your own parking spot there. Interesting. Oh my gosh, I remember coming to this park when I first got the bike. I was so afraid to come in here because I thought it was all gravel, but apparently it's not. But still, I was afraid of all these bumps and stuff in the road because it's pretty bumpy. All right. Let me just double check that the sound recorder is actually hearing me. All right, it's actually hearing me. I was wondering the first time, I was like, the bars are barely moving. Maybe it's because I have it set too low. Maybe it'll get louder as I talk louder, and I just didn't think anything of it. Vlogging isn't always a happy thing, it can get pretty stressful. And that's one of the reasons why I want to, delete this if I can. I mean, I'll still do talking vlogs whenever I can think of a topic to do, just like this one. So what I'm thinking is I will use this only for my talking vlogs, and if possible, if I can get the wind noise down, see the furry stuff on there? If I can get that to block all the wind noise pretty much, I basically don't need to hook up a sound recorder every time I ride just for the sake of getting good sound. So me being tired of doing the sound recorder and everything, I got thinking, should I save up somehow and beg for money for a new camera or something? I'm like, I don't want to do that. First of all, GoPros are very expensive to me. And second of all, they don't seem that reliable from what I've seen. Like, so many of the high-up vloggers, they make a video about how they made a video and then they go back to check the audio and it's not there. It doesn't exist because the little, that little adapter that goes into the GoPro to convert it to a microphone adapter, well, that thing failed or it lost its connection or something. So, it's like what I have works for me. If I can adapt it to do what I need it to do, then that would be so much better. And plus, I don't like GoPro because they're name brand. I don't like name brand expensive stuff. That's just how I am. The option of buying a $300 GoPro's out. I don't want it anyway, just for one feature extra that my camera doesn't have. There's also the option of modifying my camera to put an external microphone jack on it. And I can't do that because I don't have the experience in soldering. I don't have the tools. I'm just not going to be doing that. So the next option I thought of was put you inside my helmet. That way it's out of the weather completely. It won't even have the weatherproof case on it. It's going to hear me directly. I'm going to talk right, the microphone will be right in front of my mouth, so it would hear me perfect. So that was a thought. Well, I go to try it. And on my helmet that I wear now, the helmet's too small. My nose was like saying, no way. And on my previous helmet, it's too big of a helmet, but I had, plenty of room for the camera to fit in there. But I just can't figure out how to get the thing in there. And I did manage to get it in there. I taped it up and everything. And then this is what happened. As soon as I went to test it, Yeah, just like that, it fell backwards. Hello, tree. I'm gonna stand next to you for a minute. That is still an option, but I'm considering that one out. I might be able to rig it up with a whole bunch of duct tape or gaffer's tape, but you know, one day I'm gonna be riding and it's just gonna fall out of my helmet completely or something. So with that option out of the way, the last option, and I didn't even think of this, and there are tons and tons of videos about this. Put something in the holes of the case of the camera. So basically cover all those holes with something like a sponge or a sock, or the best thing I've been hearing is faux fur, F-A-U-X fur. I don't know why the thought never ever hit me. So a couple days ago, it finally clicked in my head, what if I try that? And so I have a big furry camera right now. So that's what I've done, and I'll give you some sample clips from my last ride and maybe this ride. Here's another thing I want to know. Can I still be heard at a stop? So if I want to make a vlog at a red light, which is the best idea ever, right? No. Now I'll open my visor. It probably hears me a lot better. So as you see, there's still wind noise, so I'm going to have to mess around with it a little more. Some people say put a sponge in there, or maybe put some fur and a sock over top. I don't know. I'm going to have to mess with it and see if I can perfect this. So for now, that's the best I've got. I'm just tired of having to sync the audio from you to you, and the biggest thing is trying to remember when something happened. Did that person thumbs up me in my last ride or my third to last ride? Or, you know, you got to scrub through the whole video and find that like 2-second moment. Now, I know I made a video about the sound recorder and you can use the marking feature. That is still a possibility. I can hit mark whenever to mark a moment in the video, but still you got to sync the sound recorder to the video. I'm just tired of that. I've been doing it for a full year now. I've been doing it since I started motovlogging. I've had this recorder since I started, but those times where I'm not doing talking vlogs and just riding around and I get something casual happen, like a bad driver, who knows what. For those times, I don't even want to have to worry about this. And if I do have to get something from just the camera itself, it's going to have good, clean audio. That's what I want. Because the way it's been, I've had so many videos already, so many opportunities of bike week and stuff just ruined because like my sound was getting all the wind. My camera was getting all the wind. And it just ruined the sound, you know, the sound of wind noise overloading the microphones is just horrible. And eventually what I might do, stop using this altogether, and when I want to do talking, I'll just pull over somewhere and do a talking video here. If you've ever watched Royal Jordanian, something like that, you probably all know who I'm talking about. He does videos, no talking. I mean, when he does talk, he pulls over and he talks like this. Now, I'm not exactly trying to copy him, but he just happens to make video styles that I like. I like to make my videos of highlights. You know, I don't like to go on one long trip and just hit record and talk the whole time, or just hit record and let you watch me ride for an hour or something like that. No one wants to see that, right? So I am kind of curious. There's a big hole in the middle of this stump. I'm kind of afraid to look in it. So yeah, that's kind of why I've been silent the past, what has it been, 3 weeks? I haven't made a video or so. Partly because you are a pain in the butt to sync, and partly because I've been addicted to a video game called Fallout 4, and partly because I just have not been motivated because of you. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Okay, actually, it's not your fault at all. It's your fault. I'm not pointing at you who's watching. I'm pointing at the camera because you don't have a built-in microphone port that I can plug in my own microphone. It's all your fault, camera. Or is it my fault for buying the camera? So we'll mess around with this a little more, see what I can do with all this fur. I don't know, after a while of doing something tedious, you're just bound to get worn out. To me, syncing a sound recorder to a camera gets pretty tedious, especially if you don't turn them on and off at the same exact time. That's been my trick. If you're wanting to know, how have I done this for so long? My trick has been to turn this on and turn this on and off at the same time every time. And then you get a relative point where it's pretty close, and all you got to do from there is just line it up a little bit in the editor to where the spikes are going up and down and match the spikes and stuff. You can line it up to the spike of your bike starting, or you can honk the horn or clap your hands or whatever you want to do. For me, the sound of the bike starting or turning even the bike off is good enough for me to go by. Oh, I forgot to mention something. This camera, every 10 minutes it makes a split in the file. And every time it makes a split, it adds a second to the video. So this is why syncing the sound has been such a pain in the butt. The sound is one long recording, right? The camera is like split into 10 recordings, and they come off by 1 second at each split. So basically they're lined up until the camera makes a split, then they're like this. And then, you know, it gets further and further at each split. And at every split, you either have to resync it or take that second out of every single clip in the editor. And I actually went as far as to make a little program on my computer that automatically takes those 1 seconds out. And I haven't mentioned this at all, I don't think. But I went that crazy about it. I actually made a program, or I made an interface to a program, basically, because you got to use a command line and blah, blah, blah. Basically, I programmed something to use another program to take those splits out. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, well, I'm going to do a little bit more riding, get back home, and see how it turned out. I'm pretty sure it's going to turn out the exact same as it did about an hour ago, last time I tried to do this vlog. All right, well, until I've got an update for you on this whole situation, I will see you in the next video. Which way are you gonna go, squirrelies? Which way are you gonna go? I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. Oh. Okay, I thought he was really gonna run out in front of me because he was behind the trash bin.